Hey,
What's up?
hey, how you doing, man?
Good. Can you
Good,
hear me?
good. Yeah, yeah, you're coming through perfectly fine, perfectly clear.
Cool. You're not coming back too much in the monitor?
No, no, not at all. No, for
Cool.
some reason, like my audio isolation is pretty good on this laptop. I spent a decent
Cool.
amount of money on the laptop, so.
Cool. I was just wondering because I have like my giant speaker where your voice is coming out is like right beside.
Okay, yeah. It might when I cough, but that might be about it.
Whatever.
So
So what's popping off?
before we get going, can you take a dab with me? Can you?
Sure. I didn't know we were gonna dab on here. That's why I was like 1 sec because I was just dabbing. But
Me too. It's
let me
okay.
grab the rig.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, I've been got my hokey pokey set up. Can't really
Yeah, all
see it.
that gorgeous
This
piece.
light. Yeah, man, it's been nice. Got a fresh quarter today, so.
Woo. Yeah, I've had a half of these Violator like sauce diamonds, and it's just been kicking my ass.
Nice. Yeah, I got a fresh quarter of Pioneer today.
Oh, nice. It's been a
So
while.
I got. This is the Platinum Kush breath. I was dabbing on the Mimosa before, and the Mimosa from them is like always.
That's one of my favorites. I had mimosa for the first time when I was out in BC, and it was like game
It's
changing.
so good.
Yeah, it's
It'll
so
make like the
flavorful.
shittiest day the nicest day ever.
Yeah,
That's what I feel about mimosa. So like in my quarter, I made sure 2 of the grams were mimosa. You know.
yeah. It's good that they always have it on deck, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cook that one a little hot.
Yeah, I bought a really nice. I bought a Joel Halen, so I don't fuck around with my banger, and it was worth every fucking. I
Really?
need like such a smaller dab, and like the flavor is always so good. The heat retention on it is like amazing. Yeah, Drippa had them on sale for $160 in store, 175 shipped. Worth every penny, man. Like not kidding. So good.
And you don't cold start them? You just
I don't like to cold start with this. I try both ways. So like Chase got a highly educated. That one cold start. This one heat for like 25 to 30 seconds and then give it like about a minute and 15 to a minute 30 and it's
wow.
perfect. Yeah. Yeah. About to
That's
go in right now.
that's crazy. What up,
Yeah.
Ryan? What up, Brian Dillman? We got some people in the chat. So Jazzcat, there may be some questions from the guys. Unfortunately, I can't. I don't know how to like make you
It's all
have
good.
this at the same time, but it'll work. So yeah,
Shit.
guys who are watching, fam, whatever, guys, girls, whatever. If you have any questions, just drop them in the chat.
All right.
Holy. All right, yeah, I'm about ready. Woo. Ryan Dillman said, "I love cold starts," and yeah, cold starts are good if you hit them exactly perfect, but if you cook them a little hot, it's like
Yo, so like that's what I mean. Like that highly educated has a very thick base, so it actually takes a while to heat it up when you cold start it. So the heat retention stays there longer. But with the Halen, it's like a quarter, maybe half the size of what the highly educated is. So the just like I find you're going back in to reheat it sooner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah, that
I
makes
just
sense.
give her and then wait a minute.
Nice. Well, thank you very much for being here, man. I know who you are, of course, but why don't you introduce yourself to the viewers and tell us a little bit about how you got into glass? What got you started with it?
Well, I'm coming up now on almost 3 years of blowing glass.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's kind of funny. So like in high school, it was always the thing where it'd be like, people like make these pipes, and I'd be like, what? And so I thought about this the other day. The very first glass blower I ever met, I was in high school, and I was at a metal show at Ed's, which is this old spot in Edmonton at West Ed, which is like one of my favorite venues. And the metal band playing was this band called Origins. Super good band, real heavy.
Okay.
And they were selling pipes at their merch booth, and I was like, what the fuck? So I go up to them, and turns out their bass player was a glass blower as well. And I was just like, so you play in bands and you blow glass. This is like the sickest thing ever. Because at the time, I was already playing in shitty high school bands,
Yeah.
like already a musician. So I was like, and I was like, I thought like everybody who blew glass was like in Europe and shit. Like I didn't know, Instagram wasn't really around yet.
Yeah.
I had no idea about like that pipes.org website.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm very unfortunate. I never even got to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel, man. People bring it up, and I'm like, wow, that was like the gold mine of the time, you know?
It sucks. Like Chase is like Great White Glass. He's my roommate, and sometimes he makes me feel like such a poser because he's such a fucking old school type of guy. He knows all the old shit.
Yeah.
But it's nice because that's like where I get to learn a lot of really sweet things from. So
yeah. Shout out Chase. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I seen that there. I bought a pipe off of him. I wish I still had it. I had no idea where it is now. It was a pretty sweet pipe.
Yeah.
I still remember what it was like. It was kind of like a salt glass style of pipe. Poorly done, but that was like the style it was. I think I paid like $50 for it.
Nice.
And then just like I don't know, glass blowing just never seemed like a thing that reoccurred to me until a few years later when I was playing in bands and stuff, and then drip glass opened up.
Okay.
Downtown in Edmonton, and that kind of like opened my eye to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And through there, I was able to start going on Instagram because I would ask the guys there.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I started talking to Matt Era and stuff about it. Him and like Function. I just like thought like the smartest thing to do was to hit up everybody as close to me in Edmonton as possible. And so I'm hitting people up. And my buddy goes, Trevor? I'm like, yeah, I think I remember meeting him once. He's like, he's opening up a glass blowing studio in his garage right now. I was like, what? So, and then that was all she wrote.
Yeah, and I think we actually met in 2017, like the very like end winter.
We met over Instagram actually, like before I even started blowing glass, because I was buying pieces off of you and stuff. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you got that red Chacona art tube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That one was sick. I had to flip that really quick. It sucked.
Yeah.
But then eventually, like when I started blowing glass, like I had a very nice glass collection, but I sold it all to one person who gave me a good deal for my whole collection. And that's what funded like my torch and my color and everything.
That's awesome.
And shout out to Function Glass Co.
Yeah.
He gave me my first set of tools, and honestly, I've only bought 2 tools since that day. I still use all the free tools he gave me, and the 2 tools that I've ever bought, I've lost them.
That's interesting. It's meant to be, man. Yeah. I'm hoping that I can get him on an interview. I think that would be awesome. It's really cool to see like how the whole community basically put together to help you out and get you where you are.
It was cool, yeah. Yeah. It's kind of funny.
So what did you like? What did you first start learning? What was like your first like plan of attack, basically?
Well, wait here. I'll show you the first thing I ever made.
All right.
So this here was the very first thing I ever made. I took a lesson. I don't know how good you'll be able to see it. Maybe if I shine a normal color light through it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that was my first day blowing glass ever. I made this little implosion, fucked it up, mashed it back together, and it ended up looking like that. And from there, I remember I could barely sleep that night. I went home. I was so excited to see it the next day.
Yeah.
And I still get that feeling now. That's one of the best parts about blowing glass. It's I have a really cool Space Tech bowl in the kiln that I made today, even that I'm stoked to see tomorrow.
Yeah, that's sick,
And,
dude.
they just keep getting cooler and cooler, and it's awesome being able to work around so many unreal glass blowers. It's the reason I'm as skilled as I am now is because of them. Because any question I ever had, they've already been through the problem and they had no problems telling me what to do.
Yeah, that's sick.
So, yeah.
Man. So what came after that implosion, Pendy? When I
So after that, so the thing that made me really want to blow glass was dot stacking.
Mm-hmm.
And because I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. The first time I seen a dot stack was a Yoshi one, and I was just how in the fuck? And I just kept going from there and reading into it, and I was that's what I want to do. Is when I first started blowing glass, I was I want to be a dot stacker.
Yeah.
And so I practiced that for a long time. And I'm still just working off of a Lynx, and eventually doing the dots for me got to a point where it's I'm just gonna hold off on this till I get a bigger torch, because for what I can charge for the dots for how long they take me to do on a Lynx is just not really worth it, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, yeah.
As much as I love doing them and stuff, it just sometimes when you're say I'm using black and white together, those colors hate each other. They different flame chemistries. So melting those colors in together takes forever on a Lynx, especially on the final stages, after you've terminated it and you're melting it all back down. So I've just been holding off on that. And then I just kind of, so after that, after the dot stacks, I kind of just went into trying hollow stuff on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And just fucking around with other things. I had my mushroom pendies down and stuff.
Yeah.
And I did that tombstone class about a year ago.
Okay.
And I just blew my coconut open on fume.
Yeah.
I was just this is the coolest thing about glass blowing ever. You're taking metal and you're just burning it into glass and you're making it look like neon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have never seen tombstone stuff.
Oh yeah.
And Royals glass is another guy where it's just and we're trying to get beer glass and Royal glass up here to Edmonton to teach a class, and I think that'd be so cool. But
man, that's pretty cool. Yeah, because I remember buying some of your dot stacks, and one of the ones that I really remember is the black and white, the Gorgon's Eye, and then that blue one. I'm not sure what color you used, but it was super nice. Do you remember those squiggly eye ones?
the ones where there was a lot of negative space in it, and the DMT trip ones, those ones.
1 second here. This guy here.
Oh yeah, so that was inspired from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was totally. That's what that was. Yeah, yeah. Those are really fun to make. I like doing those a lot. That's a different technique. I actually use a tungsten pick to pull those dots that one way. So I dot stack them close together.
Yeah.
And then I get one stack of those dots really hot, and I pull them back with a tungsten pick, and I do every section like that. and then I terminate it forward, and that's what gives it that like stretched looking on the stack.
That's
Makes it
so
look
sick.
like a Demogorgon mouth.
Yeah. I was like, I really liked it, and then like really really nice. Like,
Yeah, you can't even see the inside layer on that over here. Actually, unfortunately,
yeah, but
that
it was.
pendant I gave to a fucking awesome guitar player one night when I was hammered. I was at an open jam and this kid was just shredding. I just fucking threw it at him.
You deserve this. You're good.
You're fucking awesome, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super sick. I hope you.
That's actually one of the nicest dot stacks I think I've ever made, though. Was that one?
Yeah, like, well, your work, all your work's been like really good, really like varied and everything, which is really nice to see. Like,
Yeah. I get bored really easily and like very fast. Like it won't be long. Like you see all the galaxy like pendants and stuff I'm doing right now. Like it won't be long till like those are like I'm bored. You know, I'll probably learn something new and then I'll be like, ooh, this is really cool to me now, and I'll fucking work on that a lot. But yeah, the other week like I made my very first marble because I see all those like Terp Slurper marbles are like coming into play now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that. Like especially in the States, they're huge, and I can ship marbles over the border no problem, right? So, but so I made my very first marble, which is really funny. I think like a few weeks ago, and that again was like something where I was like, this is super fun.
Yeah.
Because a marble is something that like allows you to take all the fun things you ever learned how to do in glass blowing and just like put them together and make something like really cool. And it'll take you like all day and it'll be like one of the hottest days ever on the torch, but it's like always a good time.
Nice. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I've been noticing. Excuse me. I'm part of a Facebook group, and like everybody's looking for terp slippers, and they're paying like upwards of like $2,000 and stuff for like minis.
It's honestly, it is ridiculous. Like especially what like the terp pearls and the terp pills are going for and stuff. Like, at the end of the day, like I'm just gonna let y'all in on a secret. That shit is glass blower scraps that before they would throw away, and you fucking suckers are wrecking the glass industry by paying $1 million for something that takes somebody 10 minutes to make.
There are some people that do actually like apply a milli and everything to it, but like
but a milli that still takes. If you didn't make the milli, you bought the milli and then you encased it, which takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes, round it out, you know. But I get it. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, people are ridiculous sometimes.
I'm happy enough to get them at like I think like $30 for two, and I'm okay with that, right? And you know,
see, like that's a good deal. But like I've seen them going for like $500 for two of them and a pill. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're paying like $100 and under, great deal. Especially if there's like a dope milli in it. But like I said, I've seen them going for like $1,000 for like some of those like super heady guys and stuff, and it's just ridiculous.
That's really
like I got two fucking janky ones in mine right now that I made. Took me 5 minutes to make both of these. Right? So
man, I've never really understood the whole like super hype for terp slurpers because, you know, as they work anyways, a bunch of it goes down the neck, but a lot of people have like varying opinions about that. But
I had a China one and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I liked it a lot.
I think I have one, but I just don't have a marble for it. But I actually want to go get I want to go get two pieces that I've had made by you and see if you remember them and you can tell me a story about them.
Huh. All right. Hey, you guys like the purple light? Or the flashy lights? They go off when I talk. Pretty cool, eh? Yeah. You think Damon would have just had these pieces here ready to go, hey? You guys like my shirts?
Do I hear fucking Chase?
No.
What?
I'm just saying shit, yo.
All right, I actually have 3 pieces, and let's talk about these guys first. These super rare.
Oh, dude, those things, yeah.
How did you come up with standing jazz sax dabbers?
I had a cat, and I was sick of him knocking my shit over, like cat hair all over like the table. So I like wanted my dab tool to be like raised.
Yeah. And so I still like, it's just
So like that's the idea behind that. Those just seemed like people just kind of didn't want them, so I stopped making them.
Yeah, it was like I sold through all of the ones that I had, but some people were like, "Why is it standing up?" And it's like, well, your dab tool is never gonna fall over unless you purposefully put it over sideways.
Yeah, exactly. People just thought they were weird, and I think more people need to get cats so they'll understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got a demon spawn, so yeah, I love this thing though. It's so cool.
Yeah, those things were honestly like when I was starting off blowing glass, like a lot of those cracked on me. Like those things were pretty tough for me to learn.
Yeah.
Just starting off and but they were like an awesome thing to learn glass blowing with because like it taught me how to like heat glass up perfectly, like the amount that I want to heat up so I can like bend it, but like how long I need to wait before I bend it, and like all these like factors that like you use every day in glass blowing.
Instead of letting the heat like bend it, and you having to like then keep up to like slumping glass and stuff. Hey.
Exactly. You just like learn how to make it nice. Just one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nice. All right.
What you got?
Number 2.
This is fun. Oh, the brain. Yeah, baby. So, that thing is the very first hollow dot stack I ever did and was like stoked on and didn't just throw away into the bucket. And Trevor was like, that's super fucking cool. I want to brain it. And I may have been on some certain psychedelics at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, do it. It'll look like how my brain feels right now. And so that's how that happened.
That's so sick, yeah. And it's signed. And it's like it's signed the Brain Candy in Jazz 2018. Yeah, like this has always been a staple.
Yeah. I think that was Secret White and Red Elvis.
That's awesome, man. It's yeah.
This is your brain on drugs. What's the idea behind that pendant?
That's so sick. Considering I've worn it all the times I've got like super fucked up on edibles. Yeah, that makes sense. And then a nice third one. This one I think might throw you for a bit of a loop because I don't know if you even remember making this one, but it's a.
Fuck yeah, I remember that. That's cool. I didn't know you still had that, actually. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Did you buy that for yourself or did you buy that for the store?
I bought it for me, man.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I was like, Jazzcat Great White collab? Yoink.
Yeah, me and Chase have done quite a few. We're, before he leaves, I think we're probably going to do one really sick one with, like, my space tech sections and stuff.
Oh, cool. Like your space tech fuming and everything?
Yeah, like I've been like running in like a lot through like the River Valley lately, and I've been just like looking at like how like everything because of COVID is so overgrown, and I fucking love it because it's like you don't have to do acid for an acid trip in the River Valley. It just always looks like it's overgrowing right now. It's fucking ridiculous. So I was like, I want to make Chase individual space tech petals to make flowers for, to make like a total like space like flower type of piece.
That's cool.
I haven't even talked to him about it yet today. I thought of it like tonight when I was running. I was like, this would be the coolest thing ever. And so like I haven't seen Chase. I think he's like home right now, but I'll talk to him about it after. But I had this idea and it hit me, and I was like, this piece could be crazy. Like to make like if there was 3 flowers on it, the petals alone to make all the petals would probably take me like 3 to 4 days just to make the petals.
Nice. That's. I mean, it's all worth it. Just real quick, Eric. Yeah. Shout out Eric Glassworks. He's watching. He says he loves you, Baz.
He's my boy.
Yeah, super tight. Matt's interview was lots of fun. Like,
I'll show you. So my very first heady was an Era piece too.
Yeah, bring it. What's up, Eric Glassworks?
It was the only one of the only pieces I actually didn't sell when I sold my collection. Ooh. Get a normal light in here. Serendipity. Little implosion.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that striking's pretty nice.
Oh, I know. I love it. You know what's funny, dude? Like, first heady, I love this color so much. I've never used it once.
Sometimes you just don't do that. There's a piece that
I don't know why. I've like just never bought it, but like I just made an order and I could have got it, and I bought a bunch of other striking colors, and I wish I got this now. Next order. Now I want to try it.
Yeah, that'll be sick to see. Like, so do you have any plans to upgrade from your links soon, like to be able to go back to dot stacking and?
Oh yeah. For sure. I'm just like working things out right now. Mm-hmm. I actually have like a couple other business ventures that I'm working on too. So I'm just nice. Like, yeah. So I'm hoping like that can like find me some extra cash. And honestly, like, if anybody's watching that's bought glass off of me, thank you so much. Like, especially recently, it's like my sales have just like gone through the roof. And so like I do have like a small savings account to the side for my new torch.
Yeah,
and nice. It's funny, I had enough money to buy one like around April, but I like had other.
Oh, I didn't think this would happen. 1 second, Baz. I don't know if you can see me.
So.
1 second. Yeah. Oh, hang on a second. You're slowly coming back. I don't know. Hey, I thought I was set up for that not to happen. So sorry. Yes. So you were saving up in April and.
Yeah, I bought like a new keyboard and like a whole bunch of new music gear and stuff because it was like COVID, and like I didn't know how the shop was gonna be. So just like I got laid off like pretty early in March. So like March and April, I spent like invested a lot of money into just new music gear and recording stuff, which I don't regret. But I was expecting to honestly like be back in a kitchen working full time again, like July at the latest.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting me to just like jump back into glass and just like have as much fun with it as I have had this summer. I don't know. I've been loving this like COVID summer. I feel like I'm like in high school again. Like I wake up, ride my bike, go for a run to the shop, blow glass, do the same thing on the way home, get stoned. It's like high school. But instead of school, I'm fucking going and blow glass all day.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
That's the fucking dream, man.
We got that market at the end of the month. Are you gonna come, man?
I'm not too sure if I can get the time off. Like I'm working most weekends now at this point, and I think I think I'm switching stores or something. I don't know what's going on yet, but
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, we'll be figuring something out for sure. Cause like it'd be nice to go and see everybody again.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm like doing all the musician stuff and the vendors, like taking care of all that.
Nice.
And so far, it's gonna be a fucking good weekend.
Nice. That's good,
Anybody's
man.
watching this around, like, follow me. You'll see all the posts. Come to this event. It's gonna be sweet.
That's sick, dude. Like, yeah, I'll see what I can do, and it's Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it's 2 days. Music, 12 to 10. Food trucks, whole shebang.
That's sick.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's all COVID.
Safe.
All that stuff is being done right. It's a legal city of Edmonton farmers market. So like everything's like professional and stuff. You don't have to worry about anything. It's like as if you were going to any other farmers market, basically.
Mm-hmm. What are the
So this what's that?
what's like the uh what's the type of restrictions you guys have right now? Because like Saskatchewan, we're pretty much like you don't even have to like. There's barely arrows on the frickin' floor to even go a certain way anymore. You know?
Oh, dude, not here. It's fucked here still. It's like, do you guys have to wear a mask inside everywhere still?
We have never been technically enforced
Yeah, so
to
in
do that.
Alberta, it's like a bylaw right now. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I think it's just gonna keep going on and keep going on
Yeah.
till it's like done. We'll see what happens. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. So far, the government's been paying me to be an artist, so that's been nice. Because like I was working full time, I got laid off, so I've been able to collect CERB this whole time. So that's been pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
It's like the most comfortable like I've ever been able to blow glass, and I think that's why I've like been enjoying it so much. Is because I can make mistakes. I don't have to sell every piece.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I can actually spend a full day making one really sick bong bowl. Like I don't know if you saw the bowl I put in my story today, where it was like the tongue with the mushroom on top of the tongue.
I don't know. Hang on a second.
It's not the UV one that somebody has purchased.
This guy here.
That's the guy. So, anyways, that's the coil pot on my Thai pink, and I blew it out, and I had this idea to make chip stacks of UV mushrooms and then lay them onto it and melt it in and blow it up. So then you're looking at the piece, you don't see the mushroom, and then when you like shine the light on it, the mushrooms pop off like hieroglyphics almost under like a black light, and like the mushroom on the tongue is a black light as well. But I made a mistake on that bowl with the mushrooms that I chip stacked, and I blew them out too much, and the mushrooms got really thin, unfortunately. And you can see them under the black light, but not what I had envisioned. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do it again with smaller mushrooms, but a whole bunch more.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah.
so it'll even be might even be like a 2 day process because I'm gonna have to make a lot more mushrooms.
Yeah. So is for you is blowing glass kind of like learning to play music, where you can kind of just keep going and figuring it out and keep stretching your hand to the chord and getting that progression and everything.
Yeah, 100%, and that's why. So like when I started blowing glass, like music for me was like kind of at a dead end. Like a lot of the old people, like my old friends and stuff that I used to play music with, like they were kind of done with it and stuff, and they just like started doing other things. You know what I mean? And I did like some solo acoustic stuff for a while, and that was really fun. But it just kind of my favorite thing is playing bass guitar in a band. Like I fucking love it. And so like I missed that a lot, and I was playing with these guys for a while, but it just didn't work out with them. I just like musically we vibed, like we were great together, but just like I didn't really like them, you know.
And that's totally fair, you know. Like people can be fantastic at what they do, and you just can't get along with them.
Best drummer I ever played with. He was in my band Matchbreaker that like I almost opened. Like we almost had a Canadian tour opening for Our Lady Peace with and everything. But anyways, best drummer ever, worst person I've ever been in a fucking band with, man. I'm telling you. So it's kind of funny that way, but yeah, lately I've just kind of been working a lot on producing music. So like if I have an idea, I'll just like work on it that day, all day. And my goal when I was in high school was to like become a music producer.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of fell through the cracks for other reasons. And
Well, it's never too late to revisit it. Like, you have the
and that's
opportunity.
kind of what I'm doing right now. And I like took a whole at the beginning of COVID, like I took a whole bunch of like online courses and stuff that like were definitely worth it. And so now it's like I'm working on like a whole bunch of like house music, like really funky shit. And then like I'm working on like my own like psychedelic rock type of album, kind of like My Morning Jacket type of music.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's been really fun lately.
Nice. And
Yeah,
like you do it all down in your like living area, not it's all
yeah,
here?
yeah, right here. I don't know if you can see. So here's my keyboard and my drum pad, and then
nice.
like all my amps and stuff are in here. Like I have a drum kit there, bunch of different string instruments.
Yeah, that's cool.
Everything you need. We got a microphone, like a professional sound shield for it and stuff. So
That's sick. So, 1 second.
when it works with the microphone, what's that?
Oh, we keep just one more second. We just keep
Good.
cutting out. It'll pop back, I think.
Sometimes.
So, oh, maybe. He's freaking out the camera.
Okay.
I don't. It just says poor connection. I just wish I knew if it was me or you. Anyways, so what?
It's me. I'm 100% sure it's me.
Okay. So
yeah.
what would be your like favorite instrument to play then?
Oh, like acoustic guitar, 100%.
Yeah, just on its
If I'm
own.
by myself, like finger picking, like classical style acoustic guitar
Nice.
is like what I usually play. Or like piano is an instrument that like I got really heavy into at the beginning of COVID, and like I fucking love playing the piano now. So like sometimes I'll just like throw my headphones on, and I'll just like sit here all night and play, fuck with sounds. What I was saying before I got weird too, sometimes I'll just like say a funny word into my microphone and record it and just like go from there, and that's like really fun.
Oh, that's cool.
One time I was tripping down here pretty good, and I'd made this like really weird like low pitch scream, like, but like it was like high at the end because I had this idea. I wanted to make a sound that sounded like people screaming. And I'm still working on that. But that was the last time I did it. That was a month ago.
I hate this. You cut out. You want it to sound like people screaming, like
screaming as if they were trapped under frozen ice.
Oh my lord.
So if you were on top of the frozen ice, you could hear like an echo scream, but it's like right beneath you. Yeah, it was a good time.
That's not nightmarish at all, but that's fun.
Yeah, I was just playing around, I was just testing the limits.
Yeah, and like just since you've been talking about like tripping and stuff like that, do you feel that like going on the experiences you do with whatever you decide to do you feel that like enhances your glass experience or like helps you understand things differently or like?
Well, it's kind of funny actually. So we have this new glassblower in the shop who's actually like a classically trained artist, like has gone to school, and he's unreal, and he's like really open-minded, chases eyes to like glass blowing and like art and like the different mediums of it. And it's kind of like Chase thought about it where it's like he's blown glass for so long and his skills are so good where a lot of the times he just like can blow stuff and put it together like a craftsman. He's just like, I'm gonna make this today, boom, boom, boom. And he doesn't feel like he's making art. He feels like he's making like functional things that people can use every day. You know what I mean? Even though it still is art, he thinks it still is art. He was saying a lot of times he feels more like a craftsman for that reason. And like for me, it's like I don't start making a pendant until I've fully like thought the whole thing out in my brain. And so like a lot of the times when like I'm tripping and stuff, like that's where those ideas will come to me, and then I'll write them down, and then I'll think about them the next day or for a few days, like toss it around in my head a few different times, and and that's kind of how all that stuff happens. It's the same way with music though too, where it's like, say I'll think of like, and I'll like come up with like a guitar riff or a piano riff I like a lot, and then I'll export it and I'll put it on my phone. And I'll listen to that on repeat, like for an hour, like when I'm biking and stuff, and just like think of like what else I could add to this and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. See, for me, like whenever I get those spurts of inspiration, I like have to write them down in 30 seconds or they're gone. I couldn't be riding a bike for like an hour and be like, yeah, I'll add this, and then you go home and you're just like,
if it's an idea worth remembering, you'll remember it. That's my premise on it.
Ah, that's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Well, so what else do you have coming up for the rest of 2020 other than the like not even mentioned collab with Great White?
Well, at the end of the month, like I was saying, we have that market going on.
Yep.
So, functions coming out. It'll be my first time ever actually meeting this motherfucker in person, surprisingly.
That'll be cool.
I can't wait. He's bringing a big funkler, and we're all gonna do like a crazy collab and throw stuff on it.
Oh, that'll be sick.
Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked for that. And it's kind of funny. I've always wanted a funkler.
Yeah.
I've seen them because it's like I like big chuggy pieces, like lots of water, especially for like my D nail. And so I hit him up the same day I hit up Eric, and he unfortunately didn't see the message, and he got back to me like 3 weeks later. I was like, sorry, bro, because I was gonna pay him for a super sick funkler, but I'm pretty stoked on this piece. I'll get a funkler one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's sick, man. I'm hoping I can figure something out. I'd like to be there and see everybody, and meeting function would be cool.
Yeah, especially because you supported him lots. Like I bought a lot of my function glass from you back in the day.
Yeah.
I had that little sandblasted honey badger rig. That little 10 mil. It was like this fucking big. It was sick.
Wow, it's. I wish I had a better way of I don't have a picture of every single thing I've sold, you know?
I know, and I don't have a picture of all my old pieces either, and one of my favorite pieces that I ever owned was a piece that Sweet Justice made, and it was a little short squat one, but it had a really fat mouthpiece on it, and it was really cool. Really different type of piece, and you could tell he had a lot of fun with it because there was 3 different marbles on it, and they were all different, so you could tell he was just fucking around one day and making this sick tube, and that's what I really liked about that piece. And it's funny, actually, first day I bought it, I get home with it, and I'm looking at it the next day, and I see something in it that looks like a crack, and so I message him, I'm like, does this look like a crack to you or a scar? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, false alarm, bro. It was a cat hair on the outside.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to not experience that kind of heart attack. Honestly, I've only ever broken bangers so far. Haven't really like
Yeah.
broke a piece, so.
One of the best bangers I ever had, I got through you, and I broke it a banger that I used in this era piece. It was like the fat ass bucket style one, super thin. That one was good for cold starts.
Mm-hmm. I have like this is what I use right now. It's dirty, but it whatever.
Just dirty.
Yeah. It's like a super thick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty clean for you, bro. I've seen you travel rig.
I've been doing a lot better. I've been doing a lot. It's just got a lot of reclaim in it. That's all.
Yeah.
So, I want to say like I want to do a part 2 with you, but I'm hoping maybe that could be like when we are at the event. So I'm gonna try and figure something out and let you know about that. But it'd be
if
cool.
you want, like, I can do a live stream with you over Instagram from the event for maybe, like, we'll see, because, like, I'm going to be running it. The last Brain Candy event we had that was very small scale, I was booking my ass off running
In
around
February,
you were there, so, yeah, so.
helping with the dab table and and
Everything, dude. It was a good time, but.
Yeah, it was an interesting one, and oh god, I got way too fucking high, man. It's like when I do like edibles and weed and dabs, I just like get messed up.
When you mix them all?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do this thing where it's like, so like if I have edibles, I know I'm like saving them for like a special time. Like I wouldn't like eat them at like at a party like that. Like edibles are like I'm alone on the couch type of thing.
Yeah, for me next time they really will be.
And like when I eat edibles, I'll eat so much where it's like I don't even need to fucking have a dab.
And people were just like, "Dab, bull. Do you want to hit this? Do you want some of this?" And it was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this won't be a black market style party, you would say. So.
No, but I'm still looking forward to trying to get there. So.
Yeah.
But
It'll be a fun time. The studio, like the inside of the studio, won't be open. It'll just be outside, and there'll be like a viewing spot from like the garage door that looks into where we're blowing glass.
Yeah.
And we'll have like a table set up of all of our glass on display there to kind of block it off. And there's gonna be one of the glass blowers there the whole time to help you and stuff, because we're gonna really try to have it so like nobody picks up the piece. Like we'll pick it up, show it to you if you buy it. You know what I mean? Just because of COVID, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy here in Edmonton, I'm sure, compared to where you're at. And we don't want anything stupid to come from this, because we would really like to be able to do this like once a month starting next summer, if this goes good. So.
Is Alberta like not projected to go back to like normal till next year?
I don't know. I was reading this thing like the other day where it's like, they're trying to push people back onto EI instead of taking the CERB and stuff. I'm like, why don't you just like open up the economy again, like, and let people go back to work?
Interesting.
You know, because it's like it's really weird. I think it's like they're just keeping us here, but it's like, I think it was something like $68 trillion is the amount of is trillion. No, it wouldn't be trillion. It's probably billion. This is the amount of money that like has been paid out through CERB. Like that's how much debt, and it's crazy. And it's like,
and it's just taxpayers that's gonna like that.
In the end, like all my payments, I know it's gonna be around like $600 to $800 I have to pay back. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, should be okay. But I'm gonna let you go. I unfortunately didn't get to eat before we got to sit down. But next interview we'll do like a torch walkthrough and a demo of some sort.
At the studio?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that could be cool. I have to probably do it off my phone then. But.
Yep. Yeah, and that's fine. Some people do Skype off their phone and they just turn it sideways and
Cool. I'll turn mine diagonally.
just get that 3/4 view. That's hilarious. Bro. But thanks again for your time, man. I really look forward to it. It's awesome to sit down with you, and
yeah, man, it's been fun.
If we can chill soon, I'm definitely gonna try to. So I'll let you know. All right.
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Much love.
Have a good night.
You too, buddy.
See ya.